Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a special reading for the sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Aquarius, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, you can find that information in my Buy Me a Coffee link, my official Instagram and TikTok, all listed in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance. Aquarius, I hope that you're doing well. This is your 2026 overview forecast reading. I'm going to be using two decks for your reading today. The first one is going to be from the Soul Coaching Oracle deck for the overall energy. And for the tarot portion of the reading, the Artist Decoded Tarot. The cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Angel, Spirits, Guides, what messages do you have for Aquarius? Wow. Number 29, which reduces to an 11. The Justice card in the Major Arcana, Libra energy. Justice card talks about coming into some kind of cosmic and karmic balance, lessons learned, things coming into a sense of equilibrium, sometimes between you and the entire planet, sometimes between you and yourself, you and another person. The card that you got is inspiration. What a way to end this series of 2026 overviews, because this is just, it feels undeniable that Aquarius is really making their mark, not just energetically but spiritually as well. It's as if like the walls of the cosmos are opening up to allow this beautiful light to come through. And whatever that beautiful light has to communicate is coming through the Aquarian collective. All of these birds kind of coming up. It seems like they're coming up out of the ocean in a strange way. They're coming out of the ocean, they're coming out of the light at the same time. Birds taking flight. The sense of freedom. There could be a sense of freedom that you're experiencing with your creativity. The word is inspiration here, but I more see it as you being a source of inspiration for other people. I feel that very strongly, as if in 2026, Aquarians are going to be the ones that are setting the example for others. And you may be doing that by just simply being yourself, making bold steps. Aquarians are often known as the trailblazers, the entrepreneurs. The light is almost like too bright to look at, to be honest with you. Like in the camera, I'm sure that it looks very bright, but in person, like with the light on it now, it's almost like it's too bright to even see what could be behind it. What is, I feel like something is emerging out of the light. Also, it references sun energy as well. The card of illumination and abundance. I have a feeling, though, you already, and it's kind of a short start to 2026 so far at the time that I'm recording this, but I have this feeling that there's somebody in your midst that you already know, that you're kind of an inspiration to, or you're a mentor to. It could be your own child, could be a coworker, a friend. They might have expressed that to you, and you might have kind of brushed it off, like, get out of here with that. And Spirit is saying, no, no, no. It's really important that whoever you come across that expresses to you that you set this beautiful example, it's important for you not to bat that off and to dismiss that person, most importantly. There's some crucial connection or relationship in this year that will really change your life, I feel. Because just because we can be an inspiration to other people doesn't mean that that person in turn can't inspire us as well. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, there's something to that. So let's get some tarot. I'm going to be pulling 3 cards for the base spread, 3 cards for clarifier. The first 2 cards I'm going to show you are going to be what you're releasing, what you are leaving in the past. The next 2 cards are going to be what you're welcoming. And the third set of cards, advice from Spirit and what you're going to embrace. I'm not taking any reversals. Spirit has asked me to take only uprights for this series. For the past couple of months, I've been taking only uprights. So I'm going to honor what Spirit has asked me to do. Okay, so 6 cards on the table, 1 major arcana so far. A really beautiful one at that. We're going to start with what we're releasing. The 6 of Wands. And this card came up in this position for another sign. I want to say it was maybe Capricorn, but now I can't remember. 6 of Wands is usually a card of victory, awards, accolades, public recognition. You could be getting a lot of that. It's like I said, you're setting an example. So it could be more than one person that has given it to you recently or in the near past. But there's something about that you're leaving behind. I mean, maybe there was a part of you that kind of thrived on being front and center with your accomplishments. Because this also came up, whoever that this came up for in a prior reading, it's like, okay, well, why would we be releasing a sense of success, for example? But it's more about how you relate to success, how you relate to the recognition and the affirmation. When we rely too heavily on things like acceptance and affirmation from other people, regardless of who they are, it starts to be kind of dangerous territory. Because it's almost like you're giving other people a little bit too much credence, when the person that you should be impressing is yourself. That's just my opinion. Not necessarily Spirit's advice, but maybe it came to me, right? So we're not releasing the fact that it's nice to be acknowledged and recognized for our efforts and our accomplishments. It's not saying that. It's more talking about releasing the relationship you have for needing it. It's nice to have it, but you don't need it. You don't need it. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is a person that comes in with fast communication. Oh, I want to point out to you, see those birds up in the clouds? That feels like a synchronicity. The birds in the tarot usually relate to the Swords suit, which is an air sign energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, talking about thoughts, concepts, ideas, information, kind of descending or ascending. Oh my God, that was so weird. I can't show you. You're going to have to take my word for it. But a bird just like flew down in front of my window in that moment. There is a tree right outside my window, and this is the time of day. Even though it's wintertime, the birds are coming back to the nest in that tree. But the bird just like swooped across the window in that moment when it hasn't. This is my 5th reading today. No birds in front of my window. So there's something to it. Birds could be a symbol or a synchronicity for you. Take it as it resonates. It's almost like communication is coming in, perhaps through nature, through birds, through symbols of birds. You could resonate with that. But it's this like, there's a truthfulness behind what the Knight of Swords brings in. And it was kind of like, Spirit just said fast on the heels of this kind of public recognition, fast on the heels. Spirit is kind of reinforcing the fact that there's so many different ways that we can feel a sense of satisfaction with ourselves, right? Like, some people want to be anonymous in life, and Spirit is showing me I was an art major in school, and so Spirit is showing me some artists' names inside like my mind's eye. One of them is Joseph Cornell, who is one of my favorite, if not my favorite artist of all time. Joseph Cornell lived a very humble, insular life. I think he lived in the basement of like his mom's house or something. And he made all of this artwork and he didn't really show it to anybody. He lived on a road called Utopia Parkway. That's also a book. That's a biography of him. I don't know, maybe you like Joseph Cornell, you like his artwork or something like that. Take it as it resonates. But Spirit is showing me that person in particular and his story. He made all of this artwork. He didn't really share it with the world. It didn't kind of make it onto the public consciousness until I think after he passed away, I believe. But Spirit is showing me there's a person like that who's like really kind of insular, and then there are other people that are front and center that are showing off a little bit, that want everybody to know what it is that they're doing. This could also, in the modern day, have to do with social media and putting your business out there, metaphorically your business, but also your literal business. And there's no judgment about any of that. It's just I'm reading the energy and what Spirit is trying to convey here, that what you're leaving behind is this need for affirmation, but what's kind of like coming up on the heels of it is another kind of way that you communicate what it is that you're doing. It might be a little bit more focused. It's because now Spirit is showing me, I don't know why Spirit is showing me this, but they're showing me like the Boy Scouts of America, like the Boy Scouts. Why are Spirit showing me the Boy Scouts? Don't know. Maybe it means something to you. Please let me know if it does. But the idea of the Boy Scouts, like going into an organization where you have mentors and you have, I don't know, troop leaders or whatever, and then you have all of these young men learning practical skills, and they wear badges, right? I got my swimming badge, I got my camping, hiking badge, I got my fishing badge, blah, blah, blah. And like every single time you have an accomplishment, you can sew a badge to your uniform. Now, it isn't somebody getting up in front of a crowd and saying, look at all the badges I have, but it communicates something. It quickly communicates something, but it's another form of communication. So whereas this one might be front and center, this communication is a little different. This communication feels a little bit more subtle. So we're releasing the need to be publicly acknowledged, which is not to say you won't be publicly acknowledged. You're releasing that need. You used to need to be front and center. You used to need to be the best. And now it's like the game, it's like the rules of the game that you're playing have shifted. And you're shifting the rules. What satisfies you feels different. Can you give a clarifier, please, what we're releasing? Knight of Cups. We want something that matters more to our heart space and our heart chakra, that feels more emotionally resonant. Because sometimes this can feel a little superficial. Yes, I'm publicly lauded in front of my coworkers, for example. But what about my family? What does my family think of me? Because that matters more. That matters more. I brought up the Boy Scouts. What that also represents to me is appealing to a younger demographic, appealing to a younger sensibility. So this may be like, what's the example that I'm showing to my children? Again, it's not a judgment, or I'm not making a judgment that you're not showing a good example. It's just what Spirit is giving to me as something that might be something that matters to you. What example am I showing my children? That matters to me most of all. And maybe it took me a minute to figure that out. What are we welcoming? Fantastic, Aquarius. My favorite card in the tarot, the number 3, the Empress, the power of all 4 queens of the tarot. She's radiant, she's grounded, connected to Mother Earth. She's fertile with ideas and inspiration. She's abundant, she's lush, she's the master attractor. She has so much confidence in herself, in her ideas. She doesn't need to broadcast it. She embodies it. It's her energy. And when she embodies it, she resonates at that high frequency, at that high vibration, and things just seem to find their way to her. Not about gender, it's about energy, divine feminine. We all have divine masculine, divine feminine in us. And I feel as though you're welcoming in your divine feminine, which might resonate with the Knight of Cups back here, more with the emotional states. Beautiful energy, just really feeling like at the top of your game, but in a different way. We're different set of criteria when we're working with energy, as opposed to ticking off things on a list, putting things on our resume. That's fine, but it's almost like you're up-leveling. The game is changing, and now you're looking at connectedness to the universe. And it's something that you're being very diligent about, 8 of Pentacles. It's almost like there could be some of you that are, you know, because for most of us that work, have day jobs, right? Our day jobs can sometimes, not for everybody, and not that I would suggest this, but sometimes our work can be really wrapped up in our identity because we spend so much time there. So it's almost though like I see this card here as you trying to find a way to be this inspiration in your workplace by showing people how you can embody a sense of self-respect, of confidence, quiet confidence. Everything is quiet, feels quiet. Not necessarily an Aquarius vibe, but this is what I feel in the energy. And there are people watching. You might be thinking you're just kind of laying low. People are still watching. People are still aware. Just take that as it resonates. Again, you're not on display. You're not trying to show off for people, at least anymore. You might have been in what we're releasing here, but not now. I feel as though you're just being very present with yourself, very diligent, very focused. Can I have a clarifier for what Aquarius is welcoming in 2026? A clarifier for the Empress and the 8 of Pentacles, please. 2 cards. Again, with all the cups, there's a lot of water energy for you, Aquarius, as an air sign. It's surprising. 3 of Cups, 7 of Cups. 3 plus 7 is 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups is bliss. 10 of Cups is joy, fulfillment, contentment. 3 of Cups is the card of celebration, clinking glasses, being with Soul Tribe members. 7 of Cups is being spoiled for choice. So many options. Sometimes we get confused as to what we want to choose. It's almost like Spirit just said the world is your oyster. The world is your oyster. Because now they're showing me champagne and oysters. That could be something you're eating right now. Good for you. In general, this feels like celebratory. Because like I said, the 7 plus the 3 is the 10 of Cups. It feels celebratory. But it comes with the diligence that you're putting into it, and also the fact that you it's not like you're chasing anything, because the Empress does not chase. The Empress does not chase. She attracts. And I think this is something that you're really allowing to embody your energy right now. You could have been going after it in what you were releasing, just constantly going after it. It being the goal, the milestone, the XYZ. And now you're just like, no, I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to continue to be diligent and invest in myself, and perhaps invest in those that really want to be mentored, or learn. They really want to learn from my wisdom, your wisdom, Aquarius. You're definitely attracting positive things. I feel that for sure. Advice from Spirit and what you're embracing. Four of Swords. Four of Swords is a time of rest. You could be embracing the fact that you need a little bit more rest, that Spirit is saying you need to be able to rest and recharge so you can emit light like this, because this takes a lot of energy. Four of Swords comes after the 3. There could have been a few disappointments here and there. It requires you to regroup a little bit, and Spirit is encouraging that. Another Cups card, Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is a brand new beginning in love, in friendship, in a passion project, something that speaks to the heart space. It's this grand opportunity. It really makes itself known because Spirit is handing it to you. It's like the door is opening in front of you and saying, would you like to come through? Would you like to walk through? Would you like to experience this blissfulness? And I dare say you're recognizing it and you're saying, yes. Why, yes, I would. I embrace this. As somebody out there said, it's my time. It's my time. It's your time, Aquarius. And maybe you wouldn't see it if you didn't take a moment, a time out to rest. So some of you could be on vacation or have a vacation coming up. I think a lot will be revealed when you can kind of rest the brain for a little bit and operate more from the heart space. Can I have a final card of advice? What does Aquarius need to embrace? Wow, 2 cards. Oh, wow. The number 4, the Emperor. So now we have a divine partnership on the table, divine match. Empress and Emperor. I feel as though, I mean, it could be talking about your partner, but I feel as though this is you and striking the balance between your divine masculine and your divine feminine. Very difficult to do, actually. Can we be in a space where we're motivated, where we're aggressive, where we go after the things that we want, and also be able to recognize when we can hang back, when we can receive, when we can accept help, when we can accept gifts, when we can accept praise, when we can give praise. It's the balance between the two. And the number 13 of the Major Arcana, the Death card. Endings bringing new beginnings. This is a rebirth for you. This is a rebirth year for you, Aquarius. You're releasing what no longer serves you. And that space is filling up with something that is productive, inspiring, not just to others, but to yourself. It's the phoenix rising from the ashes, right? That's what's wrapped up in the Death card. I also want to point out this light here. I saw this whole, I was watching like Neil deGrasse Tyson on his Star Talk podcast or whatever, his show on YouTube. And the whole episode was about the Big Dipper and Polaris, the North Star, and that whole conversation about it, whatever. I see that as like the North Star. It's like your guiding light, the place from which you orient everything else. And I think 2026 is going to see you releasing something, and it's from that act of release that you will orient everything else in your year around it, because it's like a jumping off point for you. So that is your 2026 overview forecast, Aquarius. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Aquarius.